My people and Pouncer's people. How's everybody tonight on this New Year's Day? That's now like New Year's night. Look, night. This is Pouncer the baby, and he's here to say hi to everybody. Make sure everyone started off the year well. He and I both hope we've had a wonderful New Year. Even though some of you that I know have started out hungover, it's okay. Things gonna get nothing but better. Look what a strange cat this is. Look at that. Who sits like that? If that's even sitting, or what is that? What are we calling this? Just bath time. Well, we come here at night. We came here to charge our phone once, Pouncer and me, and so I figured, look, we'll do a live while we're here. So we did a live. We had a lot of fun, and then we did it again the next day. And then we got like a nice little group of people, so we figured we'll just do some fun charging live and see if anybody pops by, and it could become a little tradition around here. You know, say hi to Pouncer and see what he did. Oh, and now we're getting texted by everybody that we need to talk to. Where were they when we needed them before? We'll stay. We'll stay, right, Pouncer? He's taking a bath. This is how, well, actually, to be, not to get too technical, but this is dry cleaning for him. Right, buddy? Yeah. Doesn't he look more orange today? He made some new sounds today, which I was very, very proud of. Cats have different vocalizations that mean different things. When a cat is a little kitten, like a little kitten in its first nursing, they'll, what's up, Lesby Holmes? No, this is Pouncer. He's a Serval. Hey, Nina, how you been? So when the kitten meows, it's telling the mom, help me find the nipple. I'm a little baby, and I don't know where I am because they're blind for like the first 10 days. So the mom will adjust. What's up, little? But after that, beyond those 10 days, the cats will only meow to a person. They don't meow to each other, which I think is like the weirdest thing. So he was well entertained today because he found a plastic bag. And are they exotic cats? Yes, I guess you could use that word. They're exotic. They're from Africa, but they breed them here. So the reason cats like plastic bags is that they're held together by. Oh, you're allergic. Oh, that's such a bummer. Not many people are allergic to these cats, but they're not hypoallergenic. Like you could be, but it's not. It's not probable. But you could be. Look at him. You see, he doesn't have like fur flying around, but he does have to groom it. But then he fluffs himself out. You fluff himself out. You look very handsome. I wouldn't even bother. He's gonna get messy later. Can you have them as pets? Depends on the state you're in. Each state has different laws, so it's like a whole. You have to like immerse yourself into the process and just sort of research it. It's a whole project, and they're usually wild animals. They are wild animals. I guess all cats are technically, but some do, some don't. Depends on if you introduce them. Hey, yo, baby. If you cat to the dog as babies, then they'll be fine. Usually, Pouncer, for example, he doesn't know many dogs, but he knows cats. So he gets along with cats because that's what he knows. But we saw a dog the other day, and he started to run away. So it depends. But if you give you a free black Serval cat now, done. He wants a melanistic Serval. They're like, $50,000 or something. The most beautiful cats on the planet. He wants one now. All right. Look, if I could, I would. I would. Why not? If I could, I'd be happy to. It would make me happy if I could. But they have to be introduced as babies, and even then, like swaggers would still try to kill him as a baby for the most part. Hey, Lydia, what's up, Jesse? No, it's not a bobcat. This is Pouncer. Um, he's a serval cat. But if they do meet when they're young, you have a better shot. Like you'll find out can they get along or not. But like even with a cat like Pouncer, he's different. But with a normal serval cat, if you wait too long, they'll probably, the serval will probably kill it immediately. It wouldn't even be time to intervene. So even if they do get along, you'd want to supervise them. But Pouncer, I'll get you that black one if I can. I will. But Pouncer, like he doesn't act right. Like he's supposed to be hissing and he's supposed to be a wild animal. But he just gives kisses and he hugs me and I don't know. It's just not. He didn't get that memo, man. He's just, you know, he's Pouncer. He loves everything. If something goes wrong, he doesn't. He's never aggressive. He just sometimes gets scared. Pouncer. What's up, Jeff? Hey, Snowflake, how you doing? Trying to acknowledge you since your attention always on that cute baby, as it should be. But thank you, appreciate it. What kind of cat is he? I've never got that question before. It's funny to ask. This is a serval cat, and his name is Pouncer, and he's a really sweet kind. He's so sweet. These cats, Brooklyn, he's adorable. How you doing, Brooklyn? Unfortunately, Pouncer would be illegal in Brooklyn. Legalize black serval cats all U.S. Yes, black servals matter, baby. But in New York City, including Brooklyn, you can only have F5 Savannas and down. And so serval's definitely off the menu. Though this guy, he's ridiculously sweet. He doesn't act like a serval at all. Something's wrong with him. Skype, WPP, video, Casa. I don't get it. Black servals matter. All servals matter. Alright. If you look at a black serval, you'll see like a melanistic one. They're not really black. I mean, they're black, like a panther sort of, or a puma. But you could still see under them there are spots and stripes if you look, or you have the right angle. Isaac, how you doing, buddy? Lacey, your cat looks cute. Thank you. Pouncer Lacey says you're cute, man. Yo, hey. Lacey says you're cute. What do you think of that? Oh, he says you're cute too, and thank you. Why you got a serval? Oh, my other serval had babies. So you can get a stud fee, you can get money, or you can get a baby. So I wanted the money, but then I saw him. I was like, oh, I'll take the baby. It's a boy. It was one boy and two girls. So I took the baby. This is little mini Swaggers. Swaggers is the name of his dad. This really should be in the wild, man. Well, it's a good idea, except he would die in the wild. It's overdeveloped, there's not enough food, and they can't survive anymore. But we are in the wild. We're part of the wild, anyway. And emulating nature, we say that we should have what's natural. Well, Venom is natural. Didn't work out so great for me. What's natural is overrated. Can't the neck collar be off when at home? Yeah, sometimes I take it off. Doesn't matter. It really doesn't. It matters is that he gets used to it as if it's not there. But that never really happens, so you do your best you can. You don't want to make it into a struggle where when you take them out, it's a whole big thing. Because these cats do get to be medium-sized cats. You don't want to fight on your hands. So, you want to get used to things you want to get them used to things like having their nails trimmed and all that, so that you do what you got to do. Because some things they want and some things they need. We both need them to be safe. These cats throw hands, bro. Well, these cats can. They can hit you. Their arm bends higher up here. Boom, boom, boom. So he's throwing hands. Jab, jab, hook, jab, cross, boom, bang. Adrian, yo. You're the champ. You're the champ, Pouncer. Pouncer will trounce you. Yeah. He's throwing hands, man. He's throwing paws. The reason they do that bend, is they kill fish. So if there's a stream here, bang, and the fish just dies. That's why they can hit like that. Throw hands. I like that. That's me to smack a house cat like 3 feet across the room. That'll never happen. But they'll smack them. They smack downward, and it hurts a little bit. It hurts a little bit. It hurts a lot when they take their nails out. When they do it hard, like Swaggers does, man, it hurts. What's up, Rob? Thank you. Hey, Rob, Rob says, you're cute. Rob says you're so cute. So he says thank you. He's just, doing his laundry. He's sorry. He's sorry. Listen, I have a secret. Okay. I can handle violent cats. Depends on the person. Yeah, people are much harder. The person, you can't tell if they're wild or domesticated. With the cat, they tell you right away. Message held for review. Should we look? Now we could show that. What's up, Lucifer's Apostle? How you doing? They held your message for review. It was just funny. If you're new here, this is Pouncer, and he's a serval cat. They're a wild animal species, and they're not always legal. So don't run out and get one, because there's lots of things you need to know. They're pretty and all, but they don't all act like him. He really, sometimes I feel bad sharing stuff about him with people because it makes it seem like they're so easy. He honestly, truly is just very, 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 very good-natured for a serval. They're not like this. Believe me, I've been through it before. They're not like you. You're special. I wish you would be a little bit more savage. Can't you be more hissy? Can't you be mean? Otherwise, they're all going to say, I want a Pouncer cat. I want a Pouncer cat. See, like things like this. He doesn't care. Swaggers would care. Yeah, your daddy cares a lot. Your daddy would rip my arm off. But you, even as a baby, Swaggers was terrible. He was like a demon, a little demon dragon. Yeah, your dad was hard, man, little warrior. Yeah, you're just a good boy. And this one, he just wants to give kisses. It's like he's the polar opposite. They mess you up. Well, I don't know. Yeah, with people you just don't know. Hook you up and eat you. He would just give you kisses, bro. He would just, maybe he would head bump you, which is a sign of love at most. I had a silver savannah that used to visit my house, probably at 4 or 5. They're beautiful. They're beautiful. They get more silver as you go down the line. If a serval has a baby with a regular cat, that's an F1 Savannah cat. And they're really not orange at all. If it's orange, it's a serval that they're trying to sell as a Savannah. It's ripping you off. There's so many scams in this world, you can't imagine, in this field. But you can go outside or you can go to a shelter and, yeah, you can find a silver Savannah cat. Most of them are silver, is what I'm trying to say. So if you see a cat that's advertised as an F1 Savannah cat and they want $15,000 for it, it's probably a serval, which costs a lot less. And if you see a cat that's advertised as an F1 or F2 serval cat and the price is something like $2,000, $3,000, it's always a scam, 100% of the time. If you see a serval for sale, it's always a scam, 100% of the time. Unless you know someone who knows a breeder, an honest-to-God breeder, where you're actually in Africa. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's insane. The people who are scamming this are doing scams in this are so much more numerous than the people that are legit. There's very few legit breeders out there who breed servals. I didn't even know what a serval cat was. I didn't get one on purpose. And, now knowing what I know, it makes me realize how many scammers are out there. It's insane, and so the difference is, if you want to find out who's a scammer and who's not, you got to ask them to FaceTime, and you got to hold. So you're going to send a picture, put 3 fingers over the cat's head or something, and then send me the photograph and listen to them, because, a scammer will always try to get you to send money. But a breeder, someone that has a breeder, they'll never shut up. They'll tell you stories about their servals forever. All they do is talk. If they're talking you to death, if you're really getting annoyed, it's a breeder. That's one thing they all have in common. I'm from Boston. We don't have any animals in the city. Well, you walk your dog by the car. I lived in Massachusetts for a while, right next to Boston. I love it there. I went to school over there. Cold. He used to run at you when you were gardening. He grabbed your leg. Really, probably a Savannah cat. That just means he liked you, or probably loved you. They wouldn't let go in time. 11, bro did about 6 flips. Well, then he definitely loved you if he's willing to take a risk. Landed clean though. You got attacked. Sorry. 2,000. What's up, Husklo? 2,000. I didn't say that. 2,000 is very, very low. I mean, I don't know what you can get for 2,000. I think it's better just to get a cat as a rescue and just save its life. So Jesus loves. Hey, tell him I appreciate it. I love him back. For $2,000, you're not gonna. I don't know what you can get. You're better off because if you, what would you get, an F7 or something? Well, why not just go to a shelter, and they'll have F7s all over the place. They'll have F5s. You may not know exactly what, but who cares? You really need the paperwork for what? When you go to the cat show, they're not even allowed in cat shows. So they're an amazing family. They are so cool. Hustler says, what's the difference of a Savannah cat and a Serval cat? Well, if a Serval cat has a baby with a regular cat, that's a Savannah cat. Savannah cat's a hybrid. Yes, what he says. Savannah cat's a hybrid. It's kind of like a Bengal cat. Supposedly, that's a different story, but it's a hybrid. It's a mestizo of a regular cat and the Asian leopard cat, an ALC. That's very different. That's a whole other story. Because Asian leopard cats are bad pets. These guys, probably are bad pets for most people, but I love these guys. But I wouldn't want an Asian leopard cat. They're beautiful, and I love them, but I wouldn't want one as a pet. They shouldn't be pets. First of all, they're very nocturnal. They're small, and they're tweaking out all the time, and they don't want to be with people. So you breed an Asian leopard cat with a regular cat, you get a baby, and people say that's a Bengal. Not really. They have many, many, many babies down the line, and then they down here call them F1. So they're doing a whole different game. Bengals are horrible. I never heard that. Most people love them. They pee everywhere. Yeah. Spraying is a thing. Servals do that too unless you train him. Now, he uses his litter box. Swaggers uses his litter box, but he has bad aim. He tries, but he misses and gets on the house. I hate that. And then, when they're like 2.5, they will mark you, meaning they'll pee on you. And then, well, if you want to know what to do, hit me up on Facebook Messenger, and I'll tell you what you can do if you ever get one. I don't want to say it on YouTube. It's a little bit gross, but there are ways to get them to stop that behavior. I think to break everything. What's up, Francis? What have you had? Anyway, I'm sorry he's just sleeping, but he had a long day. He played a lot. We didn't do much today. We didn't do much of anything. We just sort of chilled out. That's what he wanted to do. So I figured, all right, look, maybe he's just like needing some rest. Of course, Pouncer goes to a different park every day, usually 2, and we play a lot. But I think he just needed the day off. You know anything about ocelots? Not really. Beautiful. But I don't know anyway near enough to speak about them knowledgeably. Not that I know so much about servals either. Have you seen all this stuff about hybridization between caracals and house cats? Yeah, they're called caracats. They're cute. What do you think about it? Well, caracals, the ones that I've met, there's one that I know very well, and there's others that I've just sort of met that my buddies have. And they tend to have pretty good temperaments. They're very chill, laid back. The one I know, the one that my good friend has, he's like a hippie. He just lays back. He's just chill. He's always just sort of like at the beach in his mind, And if you look around, you're like, where'd he go? Where'd he go? And then you notice he's under your chair sleeping. So he's a caracal, with the ears that look like they can fly. And it depends on the temperament of the house cat you're breeding with. But then you get a caracat, whatever they're using. And, I can't imagine it's a bad idea. They seem beautiful, if you ask me. They look like caracals, but they're smaller. They're more manageable. I don't see a problem with it. I just think it's stupid to spend so much money on any cat when you can go to the pound and rescue one that's just as good and save its life. I mean, who cares about the designer brand? Do you really need a Gucci cat? Does it really matter? Like this, I never bought Swaggers. I didn't buy him. I got Swaggers totally by accident. It wasn't like I went out and I wouldn't do that. I love the outdoor cats as much as I love any other cat. To me, all cats deserve homes. But you know what? Not all homes deserve cats. I've come to realize lately. Baby Cheetah, what's up, Chad? How you been? Now, this is the guy that wants to name you Little Chad, if you're the same Chad. Hang on a second, I can't open this box. Okay. Where, Pouncer, did I scare you, baby? I couldn't open the bottle. He is doing wonderful, but very laid back, just sleeping today. What does Swaggers eat? Pouncer. When they're adults, they eat whole prey. That's what you should give them. I have a friend in Spain, and she's got a female, and she feeds it nothing but raw chicken. And so now that cat has real problems with bone density. They need whole prey items like quail or chicks. Never live, but the whole prey, like with the fur or the feathers or whatever. So quail, chicks, they eat eggs sometimes, by the way. They eat chickens, whole turkeys, ducks. Swaggers ate a swan once. It's kind of sad. Gerbils, hamsters, you name it. If it's their size or smaller, they'll eat it. And even if you give them meat, if you give them meat that's like beef, they'll know it's not from an animal their size or smaller, so they won't really like it. And if you give them meat from something that they never had, but like their size, like a buzzard, let's just say, they'll tend to like it. Or fish. Sometimes they like fish, sometimes they don't. But more likely they do. Swaggers hates it. Live birds would be terrifying. I think live birds is absolutely disgusting. I've seen that from this idiot from Russia who posted online, and it's the saddest, most terrible thing. To have these two baby chickens and to see a serval, it's not the serval's fault, eating it alive, and the other baby chicken just watching it helpless. I find that to be absolutely abhorrent. Hi, Janet. Janet's a good writer. So yeah, see what she says about ocelots. I'm sure that's true. I never heard that they were good pets. Yeah, professional trainers. Hey, Wildstar. Oh, in Oklahoma you can, huh? That's good to know. I didn't know that. But they're very expensive. First of all, usually you got to pay to get the cat itself, right? Unless you get lucky. Or in my case, unlucky. Then you got to build an enclosure. The food, whole prey is not cheap, and you have to buy at least $200 worth for them to ship it to you. Usually, or you buy it from local farmers. In which case, still you're gonna have high prices because they're not gonna have rats or mice. They're gonna have now you're gonna buy these big chickens and so on. But you face other problems like they don't eat the whole chicken. So now what do you do with the rest of it? Like either way, it's gonna be expensive. Uh-oh, message held for review. I love cat. Me too. Let's see what this one says. It didn't like the SH word. How does it live? Can it just go outside and must it stay very contained? No, he goes outside. He goes outside or inside, whatever he wants. It's connected. And even though they can go outside, doesn't mean that they're happy. I take them to a new park, an outdoor park with trails every day, usually two. So he's got his outdoor enclosure. We have a couple of places, He's got 3 places with 3 different enclosures. Then there's a 4th place, which now is rented out, so that doesn't count. So we have 3 places, 3 different enclosures, and he goes to the park. So just because you have room outdoors doesn't mean that's enough. They want you to take them places. If you can't do that, then it's going to be rough because, things just get unpleasant. Hey, wow, so. But, they can't stay in a contained area, they would become wild. Cats love big woods. Are you the back scratcher? What's up, Luther? Not sure what you mean, but it's kind of funny you say that because someone gave me a back scratcher recently and they posted a picture about it. I don't know if you're from that group of people, I'm not sure. Cats kill bats. Yes, they do. Are they social? They can be very social. They can also be very antisocial. They bond with one person or one family, whoever's really around them when they're babies. And then after that, once that window closes, it's very, very hard. So if you were to get a serval that's like 6 months old and you wanted to bond with it and it with you, you'd have to be down to receive some pretty serious and deep bites. for which there is no antibiotic. So you have to be careful with them. He seems little and cute and all that, and he is. But if I'd waited to get him when he was 6 months old, let's say, things would be very different. It wouldn't be like this. We wouldn't just be sitting here. Have you tried feeding it pigeons? How you doing, McLean Stephen? He's a boy. Pigeons, and I don't feed anything live. If that's what you mean. It rings a bell. I think I once fed Swaggers a pigeon I had from Rodent Pro, or a dove. They're the same type of bird. I think once. It was such a long, you give me a memory. It was such a long time ago, but I think once. I never saw that. They have gang wars. I got to see that. Where do you see that? I'd love to see that. Hey, Devin, how you doing? Yeah, this is a Serval cat. His name is Pouncer. Yeah, I like their ears too. They say that the ears reflect their moods. I don't know if that's true or not. I think they just, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure when they're angry, they're gonna put their ears back. When Swagger's angry, I'm like, ears up, ears up. And sometimes I think by having him up, he'll just become more chill, so I help him. But I don't know. But Serval cats, they have like, I think 30 some odd types of vocalizations, whereas I think a dog has 10. So not to say that they're smarter or anything like that, they just have more vocalizations. And there are some that you just want, like when they chirp, like, what are you trying to say? But then as you get to know them, like if you see a mother serval going like, it's that worked on him. It's the mother is looking for the baby, and then the baby sort of does it back. It's like a homing device sound. Your words popped up on your screen. Pouncer, you pounced up on somebody's screen, buddy. Say hi, Devin. Say what up, Devin. You wanna wave? I don't want to make. I don't want to make you do it. You're just a sleepy baby. You're just a sleepy baby. See how the ears from behind look like eyes? So plant life, you like plants a lot, huh? Certain plants, it seems. Look at Pouncer's freckles. They got all sorts of things. He's got spots, dots, stripes, and then on his tail he's got rings. Do you have any more snakes? Straw Hat, how you doing? Plenty of snakes. Melanistic servals are gorgeous. They are. Then I love black cats. Well, God bless you, man, because a lot of people, they're so superstitious and cruel to those cats. It's just unthinkable to me. It's just unconscionable. The way people can treat a cat for its color because of some stupid taboo morality is ridiculous. And the cat pays the price for our stupidity. All plants, huh? What do you still have? Hang on a second. I actually have a lot of snakes on the way. I have a lot. It's a lot to mention. But I have more than anything else, spectacle cobras and monocle cobras. Got a bunch of boom slangs, some mambas, got some fertilites from three different types of fertilites. We've got a whole bunch of things. And a lot of new things been coming in. A whole bunch of really cool rattlesnakes. Some from species that are very rare. There's just a lot coming in. It's been actually kind of hard, but very good. Got some people to go in on a pretty big shipment. So I made a big shipment even bigger, which made it much more affordable. But yeah, the snakes aren't done or anything like that. I'm just spending time with him because, like I was saying, with servals when they're young, there's just a very small amount of time during which you can bond with them. After that, the bonding period is essentially over. So I can't miss that with him and like post things about snakes all the time. So that'll once he's a little bit older, then I'll get back to posting all the snake stuff. But it comes at a good time anyway. It's a nice little break from it. I'm still with them, but I spend more time with him. Do you have deem fish? Do you have Fogs. I don't know what that is. What does Star Trek communicator sound? Like that. How much did Pouncer cost? He didn't cost anything. He was a baby of a cat that I own. You watch Star Trek? It's like it depends which Star Trek. Also, it was different in the original series. The cane toad. Ah, that's right. Yeah, there are these toads that are poisonous. Poisonous is something that you ingest that'll hurt you. Venomous, if it pierces your skin and hurts you, it's venomous. So if something bites you in your diet, it's venomous. And if you bite it in your diet, it's poisonous. And there are toads that are poisonous, that if you eat them, you'll die. You know, I guess, yeah, there are people that eat toads and frogs, right? Frogs, legs, and whatever. So turns out these toads, it depends on their diet. So when you have them here as pets and they're not eating the things that make them poisonous, then they're not poisonous. And the animals that eat them, they also have the same thing happening. It's a whole chain reaction. It's interesting. The Colorado River toad and the cane toad contain DMT, which helps brain health and skin health. Wow. Pounds of, let's see here. That might be the car. Are you purring? I think that's the car. I'm not sure. The other day, my buddy noticed Pouncer was purring when I didn't know in the video. He said, "Is that a slight purr I hear?" And I was like, "Whoa, let me play that again." And I was like, "Yeah, yeah." But he's just a sweet baby. This guy, he's honestly so much easier than Swaggers. Like Swaggers at this age, man, he had, ripped me up, and not by playing. Like he has gotten my hand. Look, he's gotten my hand, but all this is from tickling his belly. You know how they grab you. All cats do, and they do that thing. But Swaggers got me with bites. Swaggers like really meant to hurt me, and he did. So Swaggers was, a bit aggressive as a baby. What's up, beaver liquors? And when they're babies, it sounds funny, but you have to tame the kittens. It doesn't sound very cool telling people I'm the local kitten tamer. It doesn't make you sound badass, but you do. They come out like they're just crazy. You have to when they come out, they're really just stupid. They just eat, and you have to stimulate them to pee and to poop, and you got to be with them all the time and get them their shake. But as they get older, they get just crazy. And if you're not there to teach them the rules, they're gonna teach you their rules, and it's gonna hurt. Yeah, they're always. That's the thing, Devin, is that they're all about play. Like if you don't like to play or laugh, you don't want a Serval, because that's all they do is play. No matter what their disposition, they're gonna put play before anything, including food. All they do is play, and then they'll sleep. Play, sleep, play, sleep. But they need to know everything that's going on around them first. So they're very aware of their surroundings. And then once they know where they are, they'll play. How old was Swaggers when you got him? Like nothing. He was a little tiny baby wrapped up in a rope in Africa. I don't know. No one told me. He was just little. He was much smaller than him. What are you? You're 10 weeks. Swaggers must have been like 4 or 5 weeks. A little thing. Wildcat tamer. Yeah, that sounds cool. But wild kitten tamer doesn't sound so cool, does it? Good party. It's important that they have enough calcium when they're babies. They need to have the bone. Like Swaggers, if you give him raw chicken, he won't eat the bone, which is a real problem. They have to have calcium supplements anyway. But he's not eating the bone on, say, a drumstick, and you're giving him calcium supplements. Now it's still not enough. So what are you going to do? Give him more supplements without food? Just what? Make him drink powder? It's not going to work out. They have to have a lot of calcium. So that's why the whole prey comes in so handy. In the wild, a mother serval will stay with the kittens for a year, for almost exactly 365 days, actually. I read today. So, they'll bring them prey that they'll sort of munch up for them, and sometimes not. Like if it's very little, they'll just give them the little bird, or they'll chew it up if it's bigger. But they're always being fed. They're not out hunting till later on. So, bear in mind a serval litter has like 2 or 3 kittens. That's what it usually is, and very often one. Thanks, Devin. We like having you. Oh, Wild Star. He's so much sweeter. It's like hard to believe that that's his dad. It's like he came from in vitro fertilization, or maybe he was divinely conceived. I can't even believe he's Swagger's kid, man. And I had Swagger since he was an itty bitty tiny thing, just like with him. But Swagger was probably even a little bit more itty, and he was always crazy. I remember when he bit me, and he was just a little tiny, like tiny thing. He didn't even have the colors yet. He was already biting. Grouse and pheasant time. You see how he's got like the stripes here, like his dad. I don't know if you guys ever noticed like how Swagger's is painted. A lot of them, so often look very much alike. But Pouncer somehow, he does look a little different because he has so many dots. He has so many more spots than stripes. Most have stripes and spots throughout, especially they're more predominant on the back over here. But Pouncer has so many spots that people so often ask me, is he a cheetah? Whereas with Swaggers, everyone's like, oh, you got a leopard, Who else here? Anybody else have a cat or a dog? If you do, I'd love to hear about them. Tell me their names. Pouncer loves animals too. And they hiss. Servals always hiss, except Pouncer. He doesn't hiss. He hissed on a live the other day. I think it was 2 or 3. I don't know, 2 days ago, 3 days ago. I'm sure one of you guys was here, and that window was open. We're sitting there charging the phone, hanging out with you guys, and my buddy Andre comes by, and he's like, "What's up, little guy?" And Pouncer was like, like hissing at him a lot. But he never did it before, he never did it after. I don't know. Not a leopard, about 140 pounds too small. Leopards probably came from servals. No cats but a 9-month-old Rottweiler. Oh, I loved him. I did look into getting a serval one time. What happened with that, Ken? Are you in a state where they're illegal? The truth is, despite what I say, if you really if you prioritize having fun over convenience, like if you really like to do some crazy things, like if you'd rather laugh it up at home instead of going out with your buddies at night all the time, then they could be a really wonderful choice. But you're gonna have to make sacrifices. You might have to give up, I don't know, your wife or something like that. Female cats. 3 black and 1 tortoise shell. Orange cat. That sounds awesome. Do they all get along? Can I pet that dog? How do I pronounce S7V7NFIV5? Thank you for coming. Whatever your name may be. And yeah, you could pet him. He likes to be pet. I don't got much, just never had a cat before. Well, I would say, if you had a cat before, it'd be helpful. But there's also value to not having a domestic cat, because there are expectations that you'd probably have and assumptions you'd make about their similarities, when in reality they're very different. They just look the same. And Pouncer is so chill, he acts like a regular cat. So like you can get confused. But a serval, always, except for him, they're going to be very different. And the needs are different. So, I got a friend who, it's funny, she has all these big cats. And I mean big. and she lives in Africa, and she's got all the medium-sized cats. She has lynxes and caracals. She's got it all, servals, but she's scared of a kitty cat. I guess something happened to her when she was a child, but she's okay with the bigger cats. But it works out for her because she knows like the bigger cat need, and she's never confused by what the smaller cat's needs. Actually, I got her a smaller cat, so we'll see what happens with that. But she's scared to death of frogs. De España, hombre, ¿cómo estamos? ¿De qué parte de España? ¿De Triana? ¿De Sevilla? Que es una maravilla. ¿De qué parte de España? I almost took him a Persian cat, but it was too fluffy for my Oh, you got allergies. Yeah, I'm allergic too to cats. I just found that over time. ¿Qué pasa? De Cádiz, hombre, de Cádiz. Cádiz es precioso. ¿Sabe quién es Miguel Benítez? Era de la banda de los delincuentes. Cádiz, it's a part of Spain on the beach. It's beautiful. It's in Andalusia, in southern Spain, and it's wonderful. And they have really cool accents. And I'm not sure his name. Roberto Amiri, he's from there. Tío is what people say in Spain. It's like saying friend or buddy. There's no real translation. For the most part, they all get along. I was wondering about this. Except for the tortoiseshell. She's pretty much a loner, which she was an only cat. And she hates the male cat. Look, that happens, man. That happens. Like, what are you going to do? They're territorial. As long as they have the territory, they'll be fine. See, claro. He's allergic and casually has a pet serval. It's true. It's true. I am. But I just found, like, when I was a kid, I was hanging out with my uncle, had all these cats. God bless you too, man. Que Dios te bendiga. I was so allergic, and like my eyes would tear up and everything, sneezing like crazy. But I just loved cats, and I refused to be allergic, or I just sucked it up. So, time passed, and I just kept sneezing and tearing up, and then eventually my body built up some sort of a resistance or immunity. So, I'm still allergic, but it just bothers me less, or I'm used to it. I don't know. All I know is I love cats more than I hate allergies. Look, I do the best I can with my own perspective. What can I tell you? Look at it. He's got a Robert De Niro mark right here. Right there. Yeah. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. They are. All cats are beautiful in their own way. I never knew that people had like chat groups, and there were all these like minor differences in disposition among like cats that are house cats by color, like ginger cat groups and black cat groups, and people feel that they act so differently. I mean, I'm sure there were differences, but I didn't know they were so profound that people had separate groups about that. You gain the blessing of the cat good. Yeah. Yeah, I guess your body just adapts if you make it, Oh, but you're 18, wow. Oh, that's good, man. That's good that you're doing that you have. I once took one of my kids out and got two elderly cats. I wanted her to just to see what it's like in the shelter, and just say to the person, you show me the cats that have been here the longest, that have the least chance of being adopted, just to teach her that, look, everybody wants a kitten, everybody wants a kitten, and they all want like a purebred kitten, which to me is such nonsense. People get the wrong idea about my thoughts. I'm not saying to get a designer cat at all. I think servals are cool, and somehow they got into my life. But I would never go out and spend money for a cat when I could adopt one for free, and they're out in the streets now, right in front of my place. Every place I got, they're out there just in the cold, starving, alone, suffering. And then you got people hunting them now, calling them feral and all sorts of vile garbage. Cool as well, we have them hanging around schools in Texas. That's dope, man. I mean, I'm sorry they're around schools, but to see them. They're just so beautiful. The good guy, how are you tonight? Psst, psst. Exactly. And it makes you wonder, with all the vocalizations that they have, which ones do they understand? And I was just kidding around today talking to this girl, and I said, do you think I should teach Pouncer Spanish? Like, should I tell him things in Spanish? Like, when I teach him sit, I was half kidding. Like, should I say sit or siéntate? Which language should I say it in? I could say it in a few languages. What should I do? And, she laughed, and I laughed, and I started to think, you know what, though? There's something to that. They're going to understand the word. Maybe not the language, I don't know. And yet, there are times, man, but I'll say something, bring me that. And he'll just bring it to me. And then I say to myself, well, that's a coincidence, right? But then he does it again. And I wonder, is he understanding certain words or what? You're just too smart, buddy. You're too smart. You should reach out to Chandler and those guys, do a collab vid. Hey, Kiki, how are you? Chandler, we're cool now. You want to do a collab? Pouncer, what do you think? I'm gonna go live with Chandler. Meet all his crazy animals. What do you think? I'm sure he'd love you. I'm sure he'd love you. He's a good dude. When I was bit, he was one of the, pretty much the only YouTuber that really stood up and said, maybe when someone's dying, it's better that we just not make fun of the guy as he's dying and try to get him anti-venom, which I already had and everything. But just the fact that people were acting like that, he was the one guy that stood up against that. So ever since then, I got contact and we're cool now. Egyptian folklore says cat purrs have healing properties. That's not folklore. That is an Egyptian folklore. Absolutely true. I know that to be true. But there's more to that. Cats purr when they're happy, right? But not just then. Cats also purr when they're hurt. And a cat that's been shot with an arrow will purr when it's dying, or when it is very, very hurt and it doesn't know it's dying, but it may be, or whatever. It's some serious injury. And the reason is that the vibrations in the purr have healing properties, and they heal bone, especially. And so, yes, Kiki, to play fetch. They do play fetch. I put it on the video today. So, if you were to stretch that out, like people say, well, I know my cat healed me. He was lying on my belly when I was sick and I felt better. And you say, all right, well, the mind and body are connected. That was through your mind, went to I don't know. There was something there that was good for you. Or just maybe it was just good mentally. The truth is that the purr itself may well have healing properties for people. And I've been reading about this, not enough to speak like any sort of an expert or anything, but enough to know that it exists, that the purring of the cat is how they heal bones and other things internally. So it's not that much of a stretch to think that it might help us as well. And a mother cat that has a baby cat that's injured will purr over it. So I think that may indicate that there's some sort of healing properties to others through the purr. I don't know it to be true, but it seems like there's correlations. The people who have these cats that are with them when they're feeling better, I don't know, but I'd imagine that they do purr, right? They purr just by being happy, or maybe they know that they're helping you. I don't know, but I find it to be this fascinating thing. Well, anyway, yes, Swagger sometimes plays fetch. Pouncer does it all the time. He always brings it back, but sometimes he takes a long time. Sometimes, like if I'm making a video and I'm trying to get us onto YouTube so we could be famous. Well, so you could be famous, let's be honest. Then he won't bring it back. He'll play with it for a while. There's a funny video I put up today, and I labeled it Bet. No. I forgot what I labeled it. But it's one of the last 7. And it's like 1 minute and 56 seconds long. And it's funny. There's a bunch of views now. Just watch that, and you'll see something really funny. Because he goes to get the ball, and he brings it halfway. Then he stops. Then he plays handball for a while. Then he brings it a little bit more. Then he brings the other ball towards me. And I'm trying to teach him the word fetch, right? Then he does something really funny, which I won't tell you at the end. But it's like when I told him, we need to be better YouTubers. You're a YouTuber now. He had a reaction. Serval has 22 different vocalizations. I had a car accident. Oh, I'm sorry that happened. Oh man. Yeah, see, they would land you in purr. I don't know if it was healing or not, but maybe even if it's just in our mind, who cares? You're feeling better. Who cares? Like really, I broke many bones in a motorcycle accident, and same thing with me. I felt better. I don't care. What was happening inside of me. I don't care. I care that I felt better. If it was in my head or not, who would possibly care? I'm not gonna, do an early autopsy and rip myself apart to see what's happening. Who cares what it is? As long as you feel better, right? They worship the feline god. Yeah, many do. Cats and dogs, they definitely are our best friends. But so are snakes, and people don't realize it, but snake venom does more for us than probably any other animal. It cures hypertension, takes away the common cold, takes away migraines, it cures cancer, which, don't believe me, just look it up. So I don't want to have a fight with anyone, but venom from snakes does cure cancer from certain snakes. Look it up. If you ever had surgery, you should thank a snake because their venom is in anesthesia. If you had anesthesia, you had snake venom in some processed form in you. And, well, of course, it's used for anti-venom, but it's used for many, many maladies, and thank God. But cats and dogs, man, you don't have to milk their fangs. They do something for us that there's just nothing compares. You want to eat the rattlesnake? People do. There's a website with just snake meat. I don't remember the name, but I was talking with this girl in Texas who's into this crazy stuff with rattlesnakes, and she eats them, and she says it always comes down to the sauce, that they all taste the same. So it comes down to like certain kinds of sushi, where it just depends on the sauce you're eating it with. I would imagine they're kind of bland. I don't know. Never ate a snake. But if you were to swallow the venom, nothing would happen to you, because again, venom has to penetrate your skin. But if you have an ulcer, or if you have some sort of perforation somewhere internally, you could die by drinking venom. And then people would say, was it poison or venom? Well, in that case, you got to decide for yourself. I don't know what I said, but I know I ate snakes in Texas and enjoyed them. What'd they taste like? Let me guess. Chicken. I heard they're pretty bland. I don't know. I mean, does a snake have enough meat to even really make a meal? I mean, I wouldn't want to have to rip the meat. I mean, I've seen it done. I don't know. I'd have to try it. I'm not opposed to the idea, but I don't hear that. I don't hear people telling me, wow, that steak was delicious. You don't hear that. Oh, the big Texan steak. Well, I'm down to try anything, but I still think it's going to come down to the sauce. That's right. Yeah, Chandler. Hey, Sheila. Chandler, he mentions that he certainly knows what he's doing. We've had a family of 5 on 1 6-foot long. I didn't know that. Oh, so you're telling me something I didn't know. So I bet that was something like so you're in Texas, I guess like a Western Diamondback or something in that truck. The Western Diamondbacks, they tend to be more aggressive than the Eastern Diamondbacks. My Snake Shakes was an Eastern, and I've never really wanted to keep Westerns unless it was just for a friend or for a brief period of time for some favor. But Westerns, I just find them to be difficult. Why ask for a problem? I'm trying to understand how you guys ate that rattlesnake. So, like, you had it, what, fried? How do they cook it? And what, they bring it out like sushi? Is it like they bring out the meat and they bring out the sauce and you dunk it? I did have a friend that once ate a black mamba. Oh, you barbecued it yourself. Oh, I thought you went to that place. Hold on a second. Oh, that's just a different. All right, I got you. So you knew how to prepare it and everything. Oh, good for you, man. I still want to know what it tasted like. I have spoken to people who've had snake before, but not people that I know really well. It's just no one ever told me how much they like it, you know? I'm in Texas, we can cook. I know. I know you guys, Texas people are just like, the truth is, you guys just know a little bit more than other people, let's be honest about it, People in Texas do know more. It's like you're on your own a bit more. You sort of have to know more, and you guys are so separated from each other. There's so much. Texas is just so big that people can just get by. I think you guys are more independent, just able to get by. I gotta shoot back out there one of these days. I was only there a couple, I don't know, 2 or 3 times, and I was stuck in Dallas for a while, but I didn't particularly care for it. When I was there, it was a long time ago, and everything closed very early. And I was hoping, I was young, and I was hoping for some nightlife. I didn't find much. I was kind of surprised by that. But I don't know what it's like today. It was many years ago. I was interviewing at the Dallas Morning News. But that's what I'm saying, is that you're going to make the flavor with the sauce, or, okay, by how you cook it. But, there are some meats that you could taste what meat it is through the sauce, right? So, if not most. I don't know. I guess I'm just trying to figure out, like, what does it taste like without anything? If you were just to have it, if you were just to bake it, what does it taste like? Is it tough? Imagine you're eating it and then it starts to shed while you're eating it. That'd be kind of disgusting. You get nervous handling your animals. Is there another animal you would like to get? Crocodile, etc. I do not get nervous, and I don't say that with any sort of, I don't take any joy in that whatsoever. I just was never scared of snakes. I am scared of spiders, and I get very nervous around a spider. But there's no snake that makes me nervous, and I don't know why. I've always been that way. And I like snakes and cats more than anything else. So I don't, I had a Nile monitor lizard, and I would hold him in my hand. That's when I was a kid, and it would use its tail to whip my face. And there was this moment in time when I said to myself, why do I have this pet? I had enough issues with my own self-confidence not to have my pet beat the shit out of me. I'm bleeding out of my hands. My face is all red. It's just bitch slapping me just back and forth, like I'm a prison bitch. And I just realized at that moment, maybe this isn't a good pet, So I got a puppy. No more monitors for me. I appreciate their intelligence and beauty. Yeah, Devin, I heard you have to, if they chase you, you zigzag. Does that work? And how come crocodiles and alligators can't breed together and have a crocagator or something? It's interesting, like a crocodile, like there's some that could be in salt water and others that can't. Like, how does that happen in the same species? What is the end? What are you doing to this animal? What kind of animal? What is the end? I think I'm missing a word here, Ladybug. And how are you tonight? I don't know what's after the. What is the? And what are you doing to this animal? This is Pouncer. He's a Serval cat. I'm just looking at him right now. He's sleeping. What am I looking at? Hey, Mickey. Well, it's a Serval cat. His name is Pouncer. And sometimes at night, we often charge my phone, and so it's become a little bit of a tradition just going live while we're sitting here charging the phone, because instead of getting a new, better charger for my home, we just go live with you guys. You can zigzag if you want. So that's good. So they're sprinters. Sleep nicely, babies. Well, if you're leaving, then you too have a nice night. I think Pouncer's having a dream. I can't make heads no tails. Pouncer. This is his head. This is an ear. Alright, the phone's fighting back. This is an ear. This is a belly. And the dots, each one has a different sound, like this. Beep. Boop. Boom. Beep. Boom. Beep. See, they're all different. And this stripe, for example, they all make. Sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. That was so uncalled for. They make different sounds. Oh, you just got back on the live. Welcome back. You're such a good boy. He's a ridiculously good boy. He just is. He's always good. He's always funny. And wherever I go, he follows me. Wherever I go. It used to be wherever I go except certain places, like the living room table. But now we found a way to climb it. Man, I gotta trim his nails again. And the orange looking thing is the leash. Yes. Yeah, the orange looking thing, I think it's pink, right? I don't know, I'm a little colorblind. Leash, he's got his harness, the hippie harness. He's got his collar. Tomorrow he'll have his flea collar, because we go to too many parks. He's outside so much, he needs a flea collar. Mickey Martin, oh yeah, Eminem. What a beautiful animal, a great friend. He's the best friend I could have. Even though he's so young, and we've been together such a short amount of time. It's funny, because we're always together. You get, bonded with them. You get bonded, too. Hey, Billy Bob. Bengal. Not a Bengal. This is a Serval cat. A little different. Bengal cats have, rosettes. Kind of like jaguars. I love that. Oh, wait. It does kind of look all pink. I don't know. I'm not good with colors. I'm afraid to say it. I'm not good that way. They told me I don't see all the colors. I don't know. Then again, who knows? Maybe your blue is my orange. We'll never know. Message held for review. My favorite kind. Let's see. Oh. This is someone from overseas. I actually know who this is. Let's do this. All right. I know the primary colors. Beyond that, I'm toast. No, I know the primary colors too. I'm talking about the ones that I can see. I'm not an artist. I'm not an artist, but I do like to go to museums, and I do appreciate art. And I've taken swaggers to a couple of museums. I've never taken Pouncer yet. Then again, Pouncer's been to Walmart, and swaggers has never gone to Walmart. Oh, except for one time. It's usually around this time of night when I realize that, we have a nice little community here of people that we should pretty much do this, on a regular basis, because I don't want to get a charger for the house, so why not sit around and talk about cats and see what's up with you guys? And I want people to, that's an energy drink. They should sponsor me. It helps me a lot. When you get older, you need all the help you can get if you're a teacher. So I got all these young kids, teenagers sucking life out of me. So I drink that. Plus, it's delicious. Sorry, buddy. But, yeah, like I was saying, he goes with me wherever I go. Wherever I go, there's Pouncer. And I mean wherever I go. So, even outdoors, like in a park, where he's immersed in all these sights and sounds and smells and sensations. Ladybug, oh, thank you. I'll just let go of the leash, and he'll still follow me around. He'll zigzag, he has to smell what's new and all that. But he's really easy. He's a good boy. Thanks, George. How are you tonight? I wish you could see his cute little face, but he's doing the smush face thing. He's doing the smush face. My car is all filled up. We gotta do laundry. I have all these bags in here. So of course, Pouncer loves that. He loves to go through the bags. And cats love to pee on your clothing, as I'm sure you know, because it smells like you. But by the way, in the very beginning, I was mentioning something that just came back to me about a plastic bag. If you have plastic or plastic bag, there are reasons that that's a good toy for a cat, and it doesn't cost anything. I'm not saying like the plastic they could ingest, just like a plastic bag. The thing that seals plastic together is animal products, and a lot of it is fish. So when they smell plastic, sometimes they'll pee on it. Some of them, not many, but some get offended by the smell. But it's a good toy for them because they're sensing, they're sensing. It's like an enrichment. They're sensing the animal in it, and that's why they're so into it. And it's a good toy, so they can engage in some self-play, give you a break for a while. Let's see what this is. Go to heaven. I hate when people try to convince you that their religious beliefs are the right ones, or that yours are the wrong ones, or any of that, or that you shouldn't have any. I just hate that. It's like guy A has his book, guy B has his book, guy C has his book, which is all good until guy A says to guy C, "My book is better than your book." I hate that when people try to impose their religion on you when they're really just trying to convince themselves. That's one of those things, man. You know, you're not going to convince anybody of anything. If you believe what you believe what you believe. But whatever it is that someone's saying, if something I agreed with thoroughly, I would say the same thing. I hate when people try to convince someone else because you're just trying to convince yourself. Just keep with yourself. Just sitting here chilling with the cat. Anyway, I tell you what, we're gonna go get some barbecue. I'm kind of hungry. Sorry I got mad. I just hate that. I hope you guys have a nice night. We'll probably be back tomorrow on the same time, like 8 something, whatever it was, something like that, when we charge the phone. So we'll give it a name, like charging the phone with Pouncer or something. Anyway, appreciate all you guys. It's always fun to talk with you. I'm hoping that you'll get to see Pouncer grow up, from an itty bitty thing into a big bad Serval cat. But I don't think he's going to be that bad because he's just always so sweet. He loves you guys. I love you guys. Thank you for coming and have a wonderful, happy New Year's. Well, whatever's left of it. We appreciate you. We do very much.